In this video, I'm going to show you how to remove and replace front headlight assemblies on a Toyota 4Runner. Lift open your hood, and once the hood is open, you'll see this radiator cover right here. It's like a cowl, and there are 9 push pins. On Toyotas, the push pins are very simple. Don't pull them up, push down on the center of them, just like that. You can pop them all 9 of them. Then over to the passenger side, and then just pop them up. Just pull right underneath. So a flathead screwdriver, pocket screwdriver, something really easy to get underneath there. And before you reinstall them, see how the centers pop through? Just take it and push it back out so it looks like that, and then you can reinstall it. So now that you have all 9 lower push pins off, you have 4 more right here on top of this radiator. So the same way, just push them down in, and then pull them out. So total is 13 push pins. Now that all your push pins are up, you just grab this cowl and lift it straight up, set it aside. So you have 2 push pins left now, or body clips in there right here. This is the style that you pull up on. And then the other one is same location on the other side. And then you have 1 bolt in the middle. It's a 6mm bolt. That would be a 10mm socket or wrench. Now we'll pull these clips up. And now we're going to raise our vehicle and go to the fender well. So each fender well is going to be a mirror image. So what we're going to do over here, we're going to have to do over on the other side. So 10mm head for a socket or a wrench, and just take these 3 screws out. Now with a trim tool, you need to get the lip of this bumper cover over this little mounting bracket. So I'll just take this trim tool and I'm going to just pull it right over. Just like that. Now it's clear, do the same to the other side. Then we're going to go up underneath the vehicle to get the front. I'm going to show you 6 bolts, 3 identical on each side. 1, 2, and then 3. Same ones on the opposite side. All a 10mm socket or wrench. We'll remove them one at a time. So now we're back on the ground level. We're going to take our body trim tool. We're going to go right in here and just, like I said before, pop it out. If you need to, give it a good pop right there, and then just give it a pull. Do the same to the other side. So now you have 4 more clips on the top here, and there's 1, 2, and then the same one on the other side, 3, 4. So take all 4 push pins out, use a claw type removal or a flathead screwdriver. Pop them up. And do the same to the other side. So we have the impact sensor on this vehicle. So this is the connector, electrical connector. We're going to disconnect that from the bracket so we can get a better view of the connector itself. Just squeeze those tabs, pull it out. Now you can see the tabs that I'm talking about. We're just going to push down on this top tab right here and pull. Sometimes you have to use a small screwdriver, and that's cool. Just get underneath that tab, pop it, just like that. Now with that sensor disconnected, we're ready to undo these 3 bolts right here. 10mm socket, so there's 6mm bolts with a 10mm socket head. And 1 on the top. Just pull away and set it down. I'm going to drop it right here so that I can see the actual fog light bulb connectors, and I can disconnect them. Now you'll see this fog light cover. Just take it off, just remove it. And you can see the actual connector a little bit easier by doing this. See the tab? I'm going to push down on that. Now we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So you're going to visually see 3 mounting screws. You're going to pick this little fender cover thing up right here, pull it back. That's a 10mm socket. There's one there, one in the middle, and then one right here on that front steel bracket. Set them aside. So before you work your way down to the last mounting bolt on the side, you're going to push this trim back again, grab a plastic body tool and pull up on this little tab. There we go. Now you're going to follow that headlight and go right here to this bracket. That's the bumper bracket, and there's a 1 bolt right here, 10mm socket. Let's remove that. Get it right out of there. Last mounting screws out, so now we're going to grab that headlight assembly firmly and just pull it forward. You're going to see your connectors all there. You're going to push the tabs in and pull. Sometimes I use a small screwdriver. And the last one is right here. So now we have to transfer over this bumper bracket. That's where the plastic bumper clips in underneath this headlight. So take your headlight on a surface, it's pretty clean if you want, and flip it over. And you're going to see 2 Phillips heads mounting screws. We're going to dismount those. Now we're going to take that piece, take the screws out, take those out. Now we can take our headlight assembly, set it aside, grab the new one, bring it in. We're going to line that bracket right up again, just the way we found it. Just starting. Don't snug down 100% yet. Tighten them both up. Nice. Bottom's out right there. Now we can assemble our headlight assembly. So now with our headlight assembly, we're going to just reverse the procedure, start connecting all our connectors. Make sure they click in. Don't be afraid to give them a little tug. Make sure you don't want them to pop out on you. Like that one. There we go. I can hear the click, which is a good sound. There we go. All right, so now we're going to bring our headlight assembly up. I'm going to guide that notch in there. Push that down. There we go. Get our mounting screws and remount it. So I'm going to put the 4 mounting screws back in. I'm going to line the front one up first. I'm just going to snug it. Same with the other 3. Then we're going to put this one in, start it by hand, and just snug it down. Now we'll get our 10mm one on the side. Make sure that's lined up. Now I'll go around and tighten them all down. Don't forget to do the same to the other side. Now you're going to lift your bumper up. Try to center it the best you can. Maybe use the bolt holes as a lineup. I like to do is put at least 1 bolt in the front here. And that's going to be an actual bolt threaded, not a screw. So I'm going to put that right in so that way the bumper doesn't fall out on me. Just finger tight. And now I can walk around the sides and I want to line up this body trim. And now you can bring your hand down around. Make sure that lip is right above that clip. Push it up a little bit and give it a good pop. You can hear it all click in. We're all set there. I'm going to put the 3 bolts in the center back on, connect my impact sensor in the front, and then raise her up. So these 3 bolts down below is that 6mm bolt with a 10mm socket head. I'm going to start them by hand. I used a little penetrating spray just to keep them free from rust so the future won't be so difficult. And then one in here. You want to make sure you put this in because that bracket moves freely, kind of. So you're going to want to line that up. Perfect. 10mm socket, snug those up. So here's our impact sensor, and we're going to connect that first, then we'll put it in that little bracket. So line the locks up, hear it click, and then turn that right around and pop it in. So now we're going to plug our fog light in. You're going to grab that connector, the harness for the vehicle, and line it up with the connector, like that, and then squish it till it clicks, just like that. Now I'll put the cover on for the back of that fog light. Just line up the 3 little clips and then push in. Now we can put our fender liner and attach it to that outside bumper, and you'll see these clips. And if you noticed when you took it off, they have these little openings on the inside. So these don't go on the outside, they go in those little butterfly areas. The top one goes right underneath, like that. See the old marking? Sometimes I'll use like a plastic trim tool, and I'll just help it along and guide that right in. Then just work my way right down, lining that right up. Plastic is nice because it does have a memory, and it will form and go right, connect right into itself. So now we can take our 3 screws with that 10mm socket head and snug these up. I like to squeeze in, make sure it's pinched. Last one. Now you're going to want to go ahead and do the other side. So these are the 6 screws underneath. You see 3 here, but it's 3 identical per side. So this one goes in the center, then the middle, and the outer one near the fender well. So we're going to go ahead and put them in. So I already took a liberty of spraying the threads on that because it's a bolt thread. That's going to be a 6mm socket. Then the next fat washer one goes right here. You can see the old markings, but it's a screw type, so no need to spray that. And then the last one is that one without a washer. It goes right in that little tab right there. I'll take my 10mm socket and I'm going to snug these all up. I'm going to repeat that step on the other side. So now we're lowered our vehicle and we're putting the 4 clips in here inside this little inside insert. And they're the long plastic push pins like this. You get 4 to go across. The last one here, just push down. The last 2 pins to put in before we put our top cowl on are these other 2 long ones. Go right here, just push the grill in a little bit, pop that down. And now we can take our top cover and slide that right over the top of everything. Make sure you get it over the top of these outside fender skirts. You want it resting like that. Now we're ready to put in all our small push pins. Once again, these are the type that push in to pop out, so to install, you're going to reverse that. Just push that needle up. I like to line the first one up. Sometimes you can't because they're spread, so I'll just take a small screwdriver or the tip of your finger. I'm not going to pop any in until they're all lined up. Last thing you want to do is push that plastic, trying to manipulate that around while you're lining these up. So go ahead and put all of these in. So there's 13 total of these little small ones. So just work your way around and start installing. All right, now all 13 are in, and here comes the fun part. I pop them down. And that's it. You're all set.
Now we're going to get the vehicle ready to aim the headlights. Start with the tire pressure, making sure all 4 tires are set at the appropriate pressure. Remove any excessive weight that's not normally in the vehicle. Find a wall that you can drive up to where the ground is level. Measure 25 feet away from that wall and mark the ground. Drive your vehicle up to that mark. With the headlights off, look for the center dot in the headlight lens. Measure from the ground to that center dot. You can use a ruler to help you out. Transferring that measurement to the wall, making a mark with some tape. On the driver's side, measure down 4 inches, putting another piece of tape. For the passenger side, you only need to measure down 2 inches. Now turning the headlights on, it is easier to do this at night or in a dark area. Locating your headlight adjuster and using a Phillips head screwdriver, turn your adjuster one way or another to bring the headlight up or down. Once the headlight is adjusted to the tape mark on the wall, move on to the next headlight. If you're confused because the beams seem to blend together, you can always have someone stand in front of the other headlight while you make your adjustments for that one. Now your headlights are aligned and you're all set to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.